What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Well, what's up, weebs? What am I talking about? Well, today I'm doing, as you can tell by the title, what if Naruto is the reincarnation of Vegito? And I'm gonna get around to the other videos that you've been suggesting. I've seen a lot of good ones, and I really, as soon as I look at this one, I took a liking to it because, he's Vegito and Naruto, so I mean, he's pretty overpowered. So. Oh my gosh, but first, we're going to start this off. We're going to start this off with the background, and let's go. So, Minato will be a Saiyan. As, Frieza or whoever, I don't know. Frieza destroyed the planet. And Minato would be basically Goku, except for he wouldn't be Goku, he would be Minato. He would be flying down to Earth because that's where they would send him. And he would land outside of the orphanage, or outside of the village, beside another baby named Kushina. Now, this baby is from a clan called the Otsutsuki's, and yeah, they're very overpowered. You know about all of them. And let's say the third Hokage would end up finding these two kids, seeing that they both have massive amounts of power, and one of them has unlimited potential, literally infinity, unlimited potential. So he would decide to pick these two up and bring them inside of the Leaf Village. So he would take care of them for about a good he would put them in an orphanage until they turn 5, and then he would adopt Minato. So Minato would, be like just his son for a little bit, and then about 2 years later he would unadopt Minato. Well, 4 years later, he would unadopt Minato when he joins the academy, or leaves the academy, and he's all alone in the world again. So Minato's name, he would, to be on the cover, not knowing his own name, he would be known as Minato Namikaze, and Kushina would be known as Kushina Uzumaki. Actually, yeah, she'd be known as Kushina Otsutsuki because no one even knows what that is. So yeah, Kushina Otsutsuki. She would know what it is, but no one else will. And being Kushina, she would say, Kushina and Minato, they would still become like husband and wife relationship, all this. And fast forward, 20 years, I don't know. When they had Naruto, 15 years after they got out the academy, I don't really know. But, go to the Nine Tails attack. And this is where it gets juicy. I'm sorry for not being able to talk. I'm fucking retarded. I hope that didn't offend anyone. Hold on. Wait a second. My brother's arguing with my little sister or whatever. But, yeah. Where did I leave off? I'm sorry for running over. Where did I leave off? Yeah. Kushina and Minato are having a baby. So, having the Nine Tails, we're going to give the Nine Tails a massive buff. Like, he's up there able to fight the Otsutsuki. But she's like a low-level to mid-level Otsutsuki. But pretty low. Like, say, she's so low that she's only like a high Kage type thing, but she's still the Otsutsuki. She's like the princess of the Otsutsuki. But they had to send her to Earth, but they erased her memories on accident, and now that they know that, they're going to come and get her or her child. So, doing this, Kushina would try to fight the Nine Tails alone, while Minato tries to fight Obito. Now, Obito would easily lose this fight because, Minato is a Saiyan. He would still be known as the Yellow Flash because of his Super Saiyan powers. He would be naturally born with black hair, but he would be speeding around with the yellow hair on Super Saiyan 1. So, she would be fighting the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails would find an opening at some point after she used a lot of her chakra, even though it's basically infinite. He would just take his claw and stab it through her back. Even though being an Otsutsuki and having a lot of regeneration, she would still be close to death because he stabbed it through her heart. And by the time Minato appears, he would see this and he would be very angry. He would try to do the reproduction, but Hiruzen would stop him and he would do it himself. And Hiruzen doing this, he would steal the entire Nine Tails inside of Naruto, and that would be Naruto's power. For right now, at least. And Naruto would automatically, even though he's just born, he would already be perfectly conscious, and he would be watching his father talk to his mom while she's dying for at least 2 minutes, and then Kushina would end up dying. And that's when Minato would level up until he was the famous Super Saiyan 2, because he had Super Saiyan 1 for about, say, 3-4 years. He unlocked it on a mission when he had to fight all of the well, not 3-4 years then, but he unlocked it when he had to fight all of the 1,000 ninjas with the flying Raijin, and that's when he unlocked it. So he would say, Naruto, you're my son, something like that, something along those lines. Even though he thought that Naruto wasn't conscious, he would still say that, and Naruto would be listening, and he would say, I guess you're all alone in this world now. So this is where the story begins. Naruto, growing up, he's now 4 years old. Even though everyone knows that he has 9 tails, a lot of people don't hate him. Well, they hate him in the secrecy, but they don't show it or hate him or anything because he's Minato's son, his last prized possession, like his last memory of Kushina, and the third Hokage. So no one even tries to touch him. One person did, and when he was swinging at Naruto, they just saw a black flash because he didn't need to go into Super Saiyan, and he just cut their head off. And he would bring Naruto home and tell him to stay away from people like that. But either way, Naruto wouldn't have to stay away because people know not to mess with Minato. So we go on to when Naruto is now 8. So he's been chilling with, someone called Sasuke Uchiha. The massacre would never happen because Minato is still Hokage and he would know how to stop that. Plus, everybody in the Uchiha clan would know that they can't beat him because it's unrivaled strength when his hair turns yellow and somehow it grows. Because, like I said, his hair was black, naturally black, being a Saiyan. And they were just not playing the coup d'etat. And also, Fugaku would be friends with Minato anyway. They'd be like that. Like, they'd think that they were Fugaku would think that they're like cousins type things, like cousin bloodline, because they're both super powerful. And the coup d'etat would never happen. So Naruto would be chilling around Sasuke a little bit, but the people he would mainly chill around is like Itachi and a guy called Shizui. Now, Shizui is still alive. Yes. And I don't know if I should keep him alive, but you guys should tell me in the comments. And yeah, so he's still alive. And hopefully you don't try to make Naruto so overpowered. But yeah. And I hope that... What am I talking about? I don't even know. But yeah, like I said, Shizui is still alive. And that's where he hangs around. So, Naruto been having unlimited potential. He would already, the Uchiha style Halo dance that he learned from Shizui. Shizui thought it's impossible for someone that's not a Uchiha to learn it. But since he has unlimited potential, it's really it's like Minato said it himself. He has unlimited potential, just like him, just like Minato himself. So Shizui was just like, can he use a Uchiha technique? And he tried to train him, and Naruto got it around first try because he got his father's prodigy gene. So he's like a Vegito type thing, except he's stronger than Goku. Well, he will be stronger than Goku because he's Vegito. So Naruto would go on for the 4 years talking to Sasuke, Shikamaru, and Choji, being his main friends, and his main friends that are girls would be Ino, Hinata, and Tenten. So that would be his main friends that are girls, and if you can't tell, I didn't add useless. But yeah, he would go on for those 4 years, being very popular, having his own girl fan group. Except the only person that wouldn't be there is Sakura, because she was Sasuke's fan girl, and he wouldn't want to, but she wouldn't want to portray her Sasuke-kun or whatever. But other than that, it would be Naruto's territory. And during these 4 years of the academy, Naruto would basically learn nothing at the academy, but a lot from his father. He would even learn how to go Super Saiyan 1, because so much anger that built up out of him. Why, it hurt Minato too, but he said that his mother was useless and all of this. And, Naruto being actually conscious when his mother was dying and actually wanting to see his mother again would get very, 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 very mad. And he would go Super Saiyan 1, and he would be very powerful. Now, Naruto's Super Saiyan 1 would be as strong as Minato's Super Saiyan 2. And this would be very insane because, it's supposed to be a massive power difference between both of the two. Because it's just give you the ability to beat basically anyone. That's cheating. It's basically hacks inside of a fight. But, Naruto would just do this. And later on, that night of the graduation, after they got done with the graduation exam, and because this is also the day that he finally learned Super Saiyan 1, he would go to sleep and wake up inside of his mindscape. And walking inside of his mindscape first, he would see a giant cage with the fox inside of it. And he would not be scared at all because his father Minato would already tell him that he had the 9 tails inside of him, and plus he would already know because he was conscious as soon as he was born. And by the way, he has memory of just like a god. That's what I meant to say. He has the memory of them, and he can never forget anything. So he knows that the 9 tails inside of him, and 9 tails would say, "What are you doing here, brat?" and all of this stuff. He would just start threatening Naruto, and Naruto wouldn't care. He would just go Super Saiyan 1 and scare the heck out of Kurama, because he knows how powerful this actually is, and plus he knows that he's actually have Otsutsuki. So if he unlocks his full potential, which is unlimited, it would be very, 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 very bad for Kurama to be on his wrong side, and probably die a couple times. And so Naruto would just shut Kurama up while doing this, and Kurama would go in a corner and start being scared, and he would cut off his Super Saiyan. Next, he would walk around, making basically turning his mindscape, because he would know this is his mindscape because he read about people actually doing this, like Jinchuriki's actually doing this because he wanted to study them, and himself would turn his mindscape into a gigantic, if for some reason he would turn it into a whole planet inside of his mindscape. And doing this, he would see from a distance 2 people talking and chatting with a lot of other people too. So he would fly over there and he would say, "Who are you?" And the 2 people that he saw from a distance would say, "I'm Goku and I'm Vegeta." And they would say, and you're a reincarnation. We died while we were merged together, let's say fighting the Omni King and all the destroyers or something. I don't really know, but I'm 100% positive right now if they fought the 2 Omni Kings and all the destroyers and all the angels, they would really die, get bodied. Even if they combined and just went Ultra Instinct, they would still lose their fight. But actually, I don't really know. Would they? Yeah, they probably would lose their fight because they probably would lose their fight. Let's not care how they died anyway, but they died, and they would say, "So we here, and when you was making your world, we brought a couple of our friends that also died to this world that you created inside your mindscape. We're very thankful for you, and for that we will lend you some of our power." And what they would do, they would lend him some of their power. And Naruto would, like, they would say, I don't feel anything. They would say, we just open up all of your key points and we unlock your true potential to be able to become the legendary Saiyan. And, Naruto would be like, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. And he would say, oh, yeah, and tell your father that your last name is actually Saiyan. And tell him to watch out for a guy called Frieza and Burris or something. I don't really know. But, hopefully they're in your universe, because we're from a whole different universe, like a whole different galaxy. Probably even dimension, but, like, somehow we got here with your ninjas and stuff. But, yeah, I don't really care. And then they would, Goku and Vegito will walk over to Bulma, Chi-Chi, Gohan, Goten, whatever. I don't really know. I don't really care. They'd bring back every single person. So, yeah, they'd just be talking. They would bring back all the civilians, too. And they would sometimes recreate the fights that they used to have. But other than that, they won't really do anything outside of his mindscape except sleep, eat, and all of those things. But they don't really need to eat anyway, but they would just do it. So, Naruto would just, I don't really know what he would just do. He would say, okay, and he would just leave his mindscape. Waking up, he would feel a lot of power unlocked inside of him, but he wouldn't know how to, control it or even know what just happened. So, being Naruto, he would, be like, okay, let's go brush my teeth, or whatever he would have to do. So he would do all of that, and he would notice that his toothbrush, even though it's a toothbrush, it would get lighter. Yeah, like I said, it's a toothbrush, so it'd be very easy to pick up anyway, but he would notice that it's lighter. So he would go outside, and then he would ask his dad to come there, train for a little bit. And Minato would say, why so early? But if you're down to train, I'm always down to train, because, he got the Saiyan blood and fight. So Naruto would say, actually, before we start, I need to try something out. And he would run over to a mountain, because, Minato flying Raijin them to a training field. And he would, it was just like a casual mountain nearby. And, Naruto would just run over there and just, not even going Super Saiyan. He would just pick the entire mountain up. And it would just be it would just be strange for Minato, because even he couldn't do it. Well, he could definitely do it in Super Saiyan, because, he's been training his entire life, and, he's just, powerful. But, Naruto would be like, wow. And Naruto would be like, so, how did you, Naruto, how did you even do this? And Naruto would explain about seeing this dude named Goku and Vegeta. He said that I'm the reincarnation of both of them combined. And, I have a 9-tailed fox in me. I saw all of this last night in my mindscape. Blah, blah, blah. He would tell them all of that. And, Minato would be like, well, Naruto, I guess you can, I don't really know. Just Naruto, this is gonna be, I forgot to say, today is you're gonna meet your team captain. I gave you someone special. Make sure you meet him. Hopefully he's not late. And if he is late, go find him and go get me or something. Or go beat him up. I don't really care. But just as long as he's not late, you will probably like him. Now, Naruto, the one thing that he hates the most is people who comes late, because, he just hates it so much. He just hates it inside of his gut. He really doesn't like anyone who does that, but he doesn't really care. So he would just dip and go to school. So going to school, he would be like, we come in the class as soon as Aruka would say Team 7. He would say Sasuke, Uchiha Sasuke. Then he'd be useless trash. Then it'd be Namikaze, Naruto. He would be like, actually, my last name is Saiyan, so it's Saiyan Naruto. He'd be like, no, your name is Namikaze. And then Minato would walk in and say, no, we actually just changed our name to Saiyan. And that would be it. So he would say, your team captain is Kakashi. And then there's where I'm going to leave it off. So tell me if you like shorter videos like this, or tell me if you like longer videos. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.